With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first pure kicker ever in the Hall of Fame, Jan Stenerud, to get us started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Mike front forward. Kill. Watch the slant. Kill. Kill. Turn up. Check.
One of the true legends of pro football, it's Jim Brown. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
When you think about big-time middle linebackers, you do think about the strength and the force that they play with, as we just saw there from Brian Urlacher. But what an athlete. Remember, he was a safety in college at the University of New Mexico.
And in the NFL Defensive Player of the Year back in 05, also Bears all-time leading tackler, almost 1,800 of them.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Come on. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Check 50.
They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Check.
40-yard line.
Vic operating on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
To try again after the sack. Vic, he's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
Here we go. 50 sack. Head ring. 54. Watch the screen. Pass. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
On 3rd down, Vic. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
Mike, 45. Hey, let's get some penetration here.
Here goes Vic on 4th down. He sets to fire deep. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Michael Irvin, 56 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Makes the score our home team 7. Visitors 0.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Let's go now.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 27. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 27 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This will be taken in at the 1. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
Right there.
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Hey, 5-4. I got high 7.
A second down throw for Vick. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Vick. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Let's go.
So they wound up passing on a long field goal try, but that works out for them really well. That one's down inside the 5-yard line.
And it's risky, because your punter, if he puts it in the end zone, the net result not worth it, but there, I think worth it. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 51 yards on the ground. So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. These 2 teams all tied after 1. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Ray Lewis up from his linebacker spot to make the play. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson got a man. It's Randy Moss complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll run for it with Barkley, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Saquon Barkley denied on 4th down, and this Browns defense stands tall.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go. Here we go. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me something.
1st down, Vic. And that's complete to Sanders. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
54 Mike.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Vic, and it's caught. Beckham. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
54 Mike. 54 Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Here's Vic off the play fake for Sanders. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Yeah, that's what I do. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
3rd and long for Vic. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. 12 yards on the return that time, and out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot.
There he goes left side. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 73 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Now a carry for Okoye. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Throwing is Jackson. And it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. Here's Barkley. Oh, now he bowls him over. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 5, but still a decent ways from the end zone now on 4th and goal. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your two-point conversion plays. Because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54.
On 1st and 10, here's Vick. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Vick. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Here's Michael Vick. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Check girls, check girls.
This will be the final play of the half. Vick. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Now, the first play in the drive there is incomplete. Well, partner, Thanksgiving in the rearview mirror, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all gone. And now if you look at the top 4 seeds right now as we hit, is it the quarter pole or the 3/4 pole?
It is the quarter pole, and we get to thank our NFL reporter, Randy Moss, who also has a great background in the sport of kings, for letting us know that's one of the most misused terms in that sport. It is the quarter pole, right? What are they headed for the home stretch, is what he also said about it. I can't wait to see how this thing ends.
Well, we got New England and Baltimore, the top 2 seeds in the AFC, Seattle and New Orleans in the NFC. You think it stays that way at the end?
I think it's going to be a heck of a battle. I think Baltimore, yes. New England's going to get a battle from Buffalo, but I think they're going to stay in the spot. Seattle, they're going to battle San Francisco. They're just going to trade it back and forth, and it's going to come down to week 17, I believe, to decide that one. And New Orleans, yes, they will retain a top 2 spot.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jackson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense, all day. All day.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. And they bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Another run with Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
The dump off good for 8 there on first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw it here. Vick. And Sanders has got it complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns have taken the lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And got his man complete. And all the way in for the touchdown. Randy Moss, 76 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Stenerud, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
The Browns take over. Let's go! Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, That means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Watch 54. Watch 54. Yo, 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 yo.
From the 27, Vick, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the gun, Vick. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Reed wrestling ahead. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Jackson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Jackson, he's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. Flush to his right. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. This time, Jackson will throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ryan Shazier. A sensational effort by him, and that is one of the biggest losses you'll ever see on a sack. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now this time he'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Randy Moss. Touchdown! Randy Moss, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Here we go.
The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Vic now 8 of 17 so far, so under 50%, but he's got a 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
It's been a long day for you. Hey, watch out. Check, Mike 54. And come on here.
Vic to throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Open man is Michael Irvin, complete. And he lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And the return goes up to his own 7.